ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती वीणामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ न हि प्रवेदसुकृतस्य पन्थामिति ऋतुरुतुनानुद्यमानः विननादाभिधावः षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः शुक्लकृष्णौ च षाष्टिकौ सारागवस्त्रैर्जरदक्षः वसन्तो वसुभिः सह संवत्सरस्य सवितुः प्रैषकृत् प्रथमः स्मृतः अमूनादयतेत्यन्यान् अमूगश्च परिरक्षतः एतावाचः प्रयुज्यन्ते यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते एतदेव विजानीयात् प्रमाणं कालपर्यये विशेषणं तु वक्ष्यामः ऋतूना आन्तन्निबोधत शुक्लवासारुद्रगणः भीष्मेणावर्तते सः निजगत्पृथिवीगुं सर्वां ज्योतिषा आप्रतिख्येन सह ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba. We are studying now the 11th mantra of Varuna Krishna. And the 10th mantra, as we discussed yesterday, starts describing each of these ritus, which is grouped as a 6 among 360 Shashtischatrimshakavalgaha Krishna Krishna Vichashaka. And then the rishis are describing these characteristics of each of these ritus as observations that are made in the mother nature, observations made over a period of time become one part of the evidence, which is called itihasa. That observational evidence, or what we call as empirical evidence, is what they're presenting. While doing that, they describe the details of the color of each of the ritus, the deities or the divine beings associated with that particular ritu, and specific observations in the mother nature that they see, and the state of the people or the sounds that you hear from people during that particular season. So we covered that for two different ritus, the Vasanta Ritu, which in English we call spring season, and then the Grishma Ritu, which is called the summer. Then the next mantra, and the summer ends with the color of the summer being white color, and in the spectrum of the colors, white color is the one that carries most heat. Therefore, it is associated with also the heat of the summer. And the color being white, the deities associated are the Rudraganas, and then the Mother Earth is heated up so much, Nidahan, that is burning up the Mother Nature, and the ambience that is observed is extreme light, and that extreme light burns the Mother Earth, and there is no specific statements associated with this, because the only statement is silence. With that heat, you won't even have the energy to speak, let alone make any statements. Jyotisha pratikhyena saha. Okay, let's start with the next line in the 11th mantra. Now starts the description of the Varsha Ritu, or what is called rainy season. Okay, Shyam. Vishwarupani Vasagumsi.
Vishwarupani Vasagumsi
Aditya Adityanam Nibodhita
Adityanan Nibodhata
Samvatsarinam Karma Phalam
Samvatsarinam Karmaphalam
Varshabhirdadata Saha.
Varshabhirdadatagum Saha
Vishwarupani Vasagumsi
Vishwarupani Vasagumsi
Vasagumsi. So the gum, the sa is going one note lower than the gum. Okay, yeah. Om Vishwarupani Vasagumsi
Om Vishwarupani Vasagumsi Vishwarupani Vasagumsi
Adityana Anibodhata
Adityana
Adityana Anibodhata
Adityana Nibodhata Adityana Nibodhata
Samvatsarinam Karma Phalam
Samvatsarinam Karmaphalam Samvatsarinam Karmaphalam
Varshabhirdadata Saha
Varshabhirdadatagum Saha Varshabhirdadatagum Saha
Vishwarupani vasagumsi Adetyana Anibodhata संवत्सरीणं कर्म फलं वर्षाभिर्ददतागुं सः
विश्वरूपाणि वासागुंसि आदित्यानान्निबोधता.
Aditya, both A and D should be
No.
Anudata.
Adi-
Adi
आदित्यानान्निबोधता संवत्सरीणं कर्मफलं वर्षाभिर्ददतागुं सः.
So this mantra is talking about this Varshabhihi is associated with the Varshas of the rains, which is the associated with the rainy season. Karma phalam. Okay, so Nibodhata. First one is Nibodhata. No. Nibodhata, whenever it says it, Bodha means description. Nibodhata means that which is assimilated from description. Nibodhata. So what is it to be known? That Vishwarupa, multicolor, Vasamsi, garments. These are the garments of the rainy season. Vishwarupani, all different colors are manifested in Varsha Ritu. And they belong to Adityana and Nibodhita. They belong to Adityas. Know that they belong to Adityas. So the deities associated with the Varsha Ritus are Adityas. Now, question is asked like yesterday, Rudranam, there is only one Rudra, why Rudranam? No. There are also 12 Adityas. Why? How can there be 12 Adityas, sir? What do you mean? Isn't there only one? Yes, there is only one. But they're called different names based on their functions. Just like you are called a father if you have children at home, boss if you are at work, or subordinate. You are called different names, Yeah. When you go to collector's office, you don't say, he's Mr. So-and-so there. You say, his collector is sir there. So you're referring to the person as collector, no? You don't refer to them by names. You don't call, hey, Trump, come here. So Mr. President. He deserves it. So similarly, Mr. Prime Minister, Madam, you don't call them by name. So similarly, same concept also applies to divinities. Rudraganas, yes, there are so many Rudraganas based on the functions they do. Each of them is referred with different names. So when that collective, each one collectively is what is referred to, there are different functionalities associated. So similarly, Adityana Nibodhata, it's a plural number, and the plural is associated with the 12 Adityas that have different functionalities. Samvatsarinam karma phalam. Samvatsarinam karma phalam. So then the entire year's results are embedded in this Varsha Ritu. Karma phalam. Samvatsarinam karma phalam. Varshabhirdadatavissaha. They are associated with the Varsha Ritu, with the rains. Varshabhihi. Varsha is rain. Varshabhihi means rains. Dadata. Dadatam saha. Dadatam saha. They are given by the rains. What is given by rain? Samvatsarinam karma phalam. So here Samvatsara gives the karma phala through the rains. It's a beautiful way to think about this. Kartrurajnaya prapyate phalam. Karma kim param karma tajjadam. Kruti mahodadhav patanakaram. Phalam ashashvatam gati nirodham. Ishwararpanam nekshayatpatam. Chitta shodhakam tattva sadhakam. So this is all now Bhagavan Ramana very beautifully, very first two lines of Upadesha Saram is Kartrurajnaya prapyate phalam. Karma kim param, karma tajjadam. What is the description of the job description of God? And I asked some Swamis, what is the job description of God? What does he do? Ishvara. Nothing, only giving karma phala to the individuals. Nothing more than that. Now go and check in Satya Sai Ashtotram and in Shirdi Sai Ashtotram, how many times karma comes. And study that name, study what is associated with that karma. It will be a beautiful exercise. Om Sri Sai, Punya Phala Pradaya Namaha, Om Sri Sai, Karma Dvamsine Namaha, Om Sri Sai, like say, Akarma Aneka Karma, Vikarmine Namaha, Akarmana, Akarm, that in Shirdi Sai Stotram, there is a say, Akarmana, Akarmi, Sukarmine Namaha, Sukarmine Namaha. So, Aneka karmas, there are different aspects of the karma phalam. All that karma phalam is embedded in this Varsha, Bhagavata, Vissaha. Vishwarupani Vasamsi, color is clear, multicolored. Deities are clear, Adityas. Samvatsarinam karma phalam is a Brahmana actually, which is Varsha, Bhagavata, Vissaha. Those two lines are not observations, they are actually declarations. Then you have to ask the question, what is that? How is karma phala associated with the samvatsara? How is the rains? How is it associated with that? Samvatsarenam karma phalam varshabhridadata vissaha. So the Varsha Ritu, what is also saying is, whatever you do during that season, that is another interpretation of it, whatever you plant, what happens right before the rainy season? All the plantlets or seedlings are planted for to give the food for the entire year. That is another way of what I was giving is the spiritual interpretation. But practical interpretation is, what did they observe in the Mother Nature? That all the seedlings are planted during the rainy season so that you have the food for the rest of the year. If you did not do right before the rains, then you won't have food for the rest of the year. So this is what is food grown in Mother Nature, not in greenhouses and glass houses. That's all artificial food. This is artificial food. Okay. So the actual food is produced from Mother Earth only. And that Mother Earth, and with the different colored spectrum. See, that is the other scientific aspect of it. Why you have multiple colors during the rainy season is because for the plants to produce the plentiful food, a spectrum of light is required. One color of light will not produce the food. I just got that thought as we are speaking. Why is multicolored is the question will be asked. Because in sunlight there is multicolors and the plants use all the colors of the light by using pigments called phytochromes. Phyton means light, chrome means pigment, that which captures a particular spectrum of light. And therefore, the yellow part is what was taken by pigments like lutein, zeaxanthin. Other phytochromes absorb different wavelengths of light, and only by absorbing such wavelengths of light will there be complete photosynthesis and full photosynthesis. The greenhouse stuff that is produced, etc., they use these LED lights, and even those LED lights, they're just realizing what are all the different spectrums of light that have to be incorporated in these greenhouses and the high-end glass tech houses and Netherlands, etc. They're just beginning to understand. But for sure, the earlier experiments using glass houses, using white, just the white light did not give, just some spectrum of light, RGB, did not give proper food at all. Now, why I'm mentioning this? That spectrum of multicolored light during that is from this coming from the sun is never exactly replicated by whatever artificial light. Very hard to reproduce that. So what we are saying, Vishwarupanivasam, multicolored spectrum, Adityanan Nibodhata, associated with the Adityas, Samvatsarinam Karma Phalam, in order to get the Karma Phala for the entire year, you have to invoke the rains, Varshadhudvata Visaha, happens only before the rainy season. So, three mantras, three ritus that we chanted. Vasanta Ritu is associated with what gods? Vasu, Ashtavasu. Grishma Ritu is associated with Rudraganas. And rainy season is associated with Adityas. Vasu, Rudra, Aditya. Three different deities that are primarily invoked, and their presence is what gives such efficacy and effectiveness to these seasons. Now, we are not done with there's beautiful things associated. Now, there is a poetic description, and it is amazing. So, you will see poetry, you will see science, you will see everything associated there. You see spiritual statements, everything is present in this Aruna Krishna. Okay. Adukho dukkha chakshuriva.
Dukkho dukkha chakshuriva.
This is now taking out all the breath out. Adukho dukkha chakshuriva.
Dukkho dukkha chakshuriva.
Dukkho. So when you say the visarga followed by kakara or kakara should sound like adukho dukkha chakshuriva.
Dukkho dukkha chakshuriva.
Tadma pita iva drishyate.
Tatma pita iva drishyate.
Shitena vyathayanniva.
Shitena vyathayanniva.
Guru daksha iva drishyate.
Rurudaksha iva drishyate.
Om adukho dukkha chakshuriva.
Adukkho dukkha chakshuriva. Adukkho dukkha chakshuriva.
When you say dukh, you lose the breath. So therefore, you have to capture that energy at the palate so that it will sound like. Huh? So then the breath is not lost. Adukho dukkha chakshuriva.
Adukkho dukkha chakshuriva. Adukkho dukkha chakshuriva.
Tadmapi tadmapita iva drishyate.
Tatmapita iva drishyate. Tatmapita iva drishyate.
Shitena avyathayanniva.
Shitena avyathayanniva. Shitena avyathayanniva.
Rudaksha iva drishyate.
Rurudaksha iva drishyate. Rurudaksha iva drishyate.
Adukho dukkha chakshuriva. Tadmapita iva drishyate shitena avyathayan iva rurudaksha iva drishyate.
Adukkho dukkha chakshuriva tatmapitam iva drishyate shitena avyathayanniva rurudaksham iva drishyate.
Adukkaha. Adukkaha. Adukkaha means there is no sorrow. Dukkha means sorrow. Adukka means no sorrow. Even though there is no sorrow, this rainy season appears to have tearful eyes. Dukkha chakshuriva. What you see, it appears as if drishyate dukkha chakshuhu. Adukka. Though she is not sorrowful, appears drishyate like what? Dukkha chakshuhu, tearful eyes. That is beautiful. No? Beautiful the description. Rainy season doesn't cry. But when you look up, it has tearful eyes. Adukkaha, dukkha chakshuhu iva drishyate. Drishyate is coming into it. Tadma, pita iva drishyate. This is another incredible observational thing. See what happens during rainy season, most of the people get diseases like jaundice, hepatitis, jaundice, etc. So tadma pita iva drishyate. So they are also colored eyes. Eyes, like there is diseases like conjunctivitis, hepatitis. Rainy season is prone to, because of the water carrying certain microbes, etc. Usage of that. Now that is the state of the people, not the rainy season. Adukko dukkha chakshuruva tadma pita iva drishyate. Tadma, like affected by diseases such as conjunctivitis, etc. Pitaha iva drishyate. Pita means green. Iva drishyate, appears green. Now, one is upward, the other is actually around. Two descriptions of what is seen here. Drishyate avyathayan. Avyathayan. Vyatha means being affected by something. Vyatha means torture. So even though there is nothing called a torture, drishyate avyathayan appears to be unaffected. Drishyate avyathayan, unaffected. So that is a simple meaning as torture, unaffected. Appears to be unaffected by what? Shitena iva drishyate. Shitena. The drishyate is like kind of used as a what we call as refrain for different states. So even though there is cold, the cold during the rainy season is not that bad. It is avyathayan. So you don't really put all kinds of jackets in it. It is when it is raining, there will be a little bit cold, but that cold doesn't affect you. In fact, that cold is welcome because after 2 months of intense summer, rain, even if it brings that little bit cold, it is avyatayam. It is avyatha. Sitena avyathayanniva rudu daksha iva drishyate. Daksha means capable. Capable of what? Ruru here means deer. So deer and so on, other four-legged animals, the grazing animals, if you will call. They're called rurus. So the grazing animals, ruru daksha iva drishyate. Now this, because what happened during summer, everything turned brown. There is no greenery at all on the Mother Earth. With the rains comes this slush of green patches or meadows. It's not fully green, but you begin to see that greenery coming out again because of the rains. So that is why this is capable of feeding those grazing animals. Ruru Daksha Iva Drishyate. Now, these 4 lines are talking about Adukkaha Dukkha Chakshuhu Iva Tadma Pitaha Iva Drishyate Shitena Avyathayan Iva Rividakshaha Iva Drishyate. Now, very simple description, but very, very much incorporating what is out there and observational statements. Okay, so then the next 4 lines, let's look at this. This is a long mantra. So here in this mantra, the last mantra, the Drishyate is appearance. So the catch here is it appears to be. So that means what? It appears to be means it doesn't actually go through all of the Varsha Rutu does not go through all of this stuff. You understand? So that is the reason Drishyate has to be Priti Drishyate, Iva Drishyate. It appears to be appearances. Appearances are not real. Appearances is associated with the eyes. So, and why this eyes thing, Tadma Pita Iva Drishyate, what happens when your eyes are colored, everything appears to be colored. So what happens is what you see out there is an inner reflection. Appearance is the projection of actually what is inside. Varsha Ritu, therefore, is neither sorrowful, nor affected by cold, nor has any diseases. It's the inner experience of what is projected outside. Hladayate jvalataschaiva.
Hladayate jvalataschaiva.
Hla.
Hla. Oh.
Hladayate, like Prahlada. Hladayate jvalataschaiva.
Hladayate jvalataschaiva.
Shamyatascha Shamyatascha chakshushi.
Shamyataschasya chakshushi.
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 Hladayate jvalataschaiva.
Hladayate jvalataschaiva. Hladayate jvalataschaiva.
Shamyatascha chakshushi.
Shamyataschasya chakshushi. Shamyataschasya chakshushi.
So that is another component. Overall, this rainy season, Hladayate brings Ahlada, expression of happiness. After the torture of the summer, this is really a nice shower, brings a Hlada. Indeed, as kids, when it rained, we never worried, hey, what happens to us? We run outside and we play in the rain because it brings so much of happiness. Oh my God, it's raining. And then the beautiful smell of the Mother Earth that has been completely depleted of any moisture that it has. Then moment it, and this Mother Earth also feels so happy that she will absorb this and gives this incredible smell associated. Hladayate jvalataschaiva. Jvalatascha iva. Hladayata, happiness. Okay. Jvalata cha iva shamyata chakshushi. So she has radiant and peaceful eyes. Shamyata is peaceful. Jvalata is radiant. So this beautiful rainy season brings a happiness with its radiant and peaceful eyes. Asya chakshushi. Asya jvalata shamyata chakshushi hladayata iva. Hladayata eva. It is chaiva is not iva, it is eva. Cha eva. So, hladayate jvalataschaiva shamyataschasya chakshushi. Now that is the actual description, that is the mantra. Then suddenly comes a brahmana. Okay. Yavai praja bhragyashyante
या वै प्रजा भ्रगश्यन्ते
samvatsarata bhragyashyante
संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगश्यन्ते
yav pratitishtanti
याः याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति
संवत्सरेताः pratitishtanti.
संवत्सरेताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति
या वै प्रजा भ्रगृष्यन्ते
या वै प्रजा भ्रगश्यन्ते या या वै प्रजा भ्रगश्यन्ते
संवत्सराता भ्रगृष्यन्ते
संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगश्यन्ते संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगश्यन्ते
that bha should be more holy. संवत्सराता भ्रगृष्यन्ते
संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगश्यन्ते
more
Oh, the
holding on the bra.
संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगश्यन्ते
A little more holding because it is swaritam and also holding, so it has to be more emphatic. याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति
याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति
संवत्सरेताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति
संवत्सरेताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति संवत्सरेताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति
वर्षाभ्य इत्यर्थः
वर्षाभ्य इत्यर्थः वर्षाभ्य इत्यर्थः
So, okay, let's chant the the 5 lines. या वै प्रजा भ्रगृष्यन्ते संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगृष्यन्ते याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति संवत्सरेताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति वर्षाभ्य इत्यर्थः
या वै प्रजा भ्रगश्यन्ते संवत्सरात्ता भ्रगश्यन्ते याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति संवत्सरेताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ति वर्षाभ्य इत्यर्थः.
So now, याः वै प्रजाः भ्रंश्यन्ते. So you all know that Krishna Yajurvedam, the Anuswara becomes Gu or Gum based on the consonant that is following it from the Yavarga. So, especially Ra, Sha, Sha. those three. So the G is actually Anuswara, Bhramshyante, Yavai Praja Bhramshante, Samvatsarat Tah Bhramshante, Yavaihi Praja, Yahvai Praja, those people Bhramshyante, they get ruined. Why they get ruined? They get ruined if they did not sow the seeds during the rainy season. Tah, those people, Samvatsarat, for the entire year, Bhramshyante, are destroyed. And similarly, Yah, those people, Pratitishtanti, are grounded literally by planting, literally are grounded. So by planting is an inference. It is not in the mantra. Yavai praja bhramshante, samvatsarata bhramshante. There are people that get ruined by not doing certain acts, and they will be destroyed. They will be bhramshante, bhramshante, bhrama. They are deluded the entire year. Those that are grounded, ya pratitishtanti, tah samvatsare pratitishtanti. Those people that are grounded will be grounded in the year. Samvatsare pratitishtanti. Varshabhyaha iti arthaha iti. This is arthaha, the benefit or essence of Varshabhyaha, the rains. That is the end of this rainy season. It's one of the longest number of lines in the mantra. Okay. So now it's very important on these last lines. As I said, they're a Brahmana. Hmm? Brahmana means it is now, that is the end of also third Anuvaka. So these last lines can be interpreted literally as saying those that planted the seeds in the rainy season will be secure for the rest of the year. Those that did not plant will get lost. Brahmshante. And once they're lost, they're ever lost. Yav pratitishtanti samvatsarata. Those that are grounded will be grounded. See how beautiful that whole thing is talking about, this whole cycle of karma phala. And the first mantra, the first few lines are talking about the reflection of the inner experience. Now I am giving the antarartha, not the literal meaning. We just went through the literal meaning. Because when I'm explaining the mantra, I'm only trying to explain the literal meaning. It's not that we are making up something from it. You have to know the literal meaning. If you did not know the literal meaning, if you exactly do not know what the Shabda is, then you will make up some delusionary interpretation in your head. And then you will propagate the delusionary interpretation. It has to be grounded in the actual meaning also. But all the Rudrajnana Yajna that you did, there is never a deviation from what actually the mantra is. But then we go into each of those statements and then we apply them as to how to apply them. But we never lost the literal meaning. So this is very important to people that are teaching others. They make up stuff in their own head and you should not propagate. In that case, this is also very important. You should not teach other people without getting what we call as a siddhi of the mantra. That is literally the reason why people generally don't teach. As I was mentioning, it was almost 20 years of tapas to start Devi Mahatma. And after chanting so many Rudras, sometimes Rudram, and also the grace, Shivajnana Pradayini. I'm not saying this to discourage or to nothing like that. That's the 100% truth. And the truth is, now people were also asking, brother was asking the other way, please, it feels a vacuum without chanting Siddha Kunjika. Can you please teach us? I said, no, I cannot. Because I have to have the eligibility first to be able, I have to be given that inner guidance from the mother. Yeah, now it is time for you to teach. Otherwise, I cannot simply go and Siddha Kunjika, what is there? It's all lines are already there. I teach and you learn. Then the person who is learning will not have the grounding in the mantra. That means the seed is not planted properly by the person who knows what seed they are planting. This is all about planting the seeds before rainy season. That's the context I am bringing in. You are listening to this. When you are listening to something, a meaning of it or something, if the one who is speaking about the mantra is planting a seed in your heart, because you are listening it for the first time. And then the moment you listen to that, it's like planting the seed. And the planting the seed will result, if the person who is planting does not know what they are planting, then what will grow? So therefore, there is an immense amount of sadhana associated with these mantras. Aruna Krishna, a lot of people chant. It's very simple to chant actually. A lot of people also teach. A lot of people have written books. Lot of things have already been said. But this body, before it undertakes teaching, it has to do the immense sadhana. There has to be purity of heart, clarity of thought, and then proper understanding and grounding has to be there before the mantras are simply taught to others. Ya pratitishtanti samvatsareta pratitishtanti. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, that what the outcome of a result is based on what you plant today. The seeds that you sow give the crop of tomorrow. So these are two different things that is brought up in this as a Brahmana in the mantra. The first thing is reflection. What you see outside is a reflection. What you do is the reaction. Reaction, reflection, resound. So what you plant today is what you get as a crop tomorrow. And therefore, those who plant the seeds of good action will reap the benefits of good action. Those that plant seeds of weeds will only harvest crop of weed. Ya pratitishtanti samvatsareta pratitishtanti. This is it says varshabhyaha iti arthaha. This is the benefit or essence of the rains. Yavai praja bhradvishyante samvatsarata bhradvishyante. Ya pratitishtanti samvatsareta pratitishtanti. Varshabhya ityarthaha. Now, if you take the word, the bhradvishyante, bhramsha is ruin. What's the spelling of ruin? Ambi?
Ruin.
What is the spelling of rain?
Rain.
What's the difference?
U and A.
You're telling me. That is the A is the action in time. The U is the ego in complacence. That is the very see how Swami's the simplest way of describing something is Bhagavan Sri Satsang. Essence of RAIN or UIN. Difference is A and U. A for action in time. U is ego in complacence. Are you all tracking with me? Is this too much going on here? Huh? Why is bothering with all this stuff? Why, why can't I just learn this mantra and now go to a temple, open the chant, finish, katam? Why I have to learn all this stuff? No, I'm sure some of you are also wondering about that. Hey, why all this, sir? Just teach the mantra, చదువుకుంటాం పోతాం అయిపోయింది. Happy, happy. The rest of the world is happy. We are happy. Why do I need to? But now, when you chant the mantra, this is the reason why I was saying yesterday, it's like going, especially this Aruna Krishna, each of these panchatis will take a theme, and the theme is elaborated. Once you get hold of what is the next theme, mantra will simply flow. And now, when you are chanting this, you are automatically getting, oh my God, this is like the. If you see each of these panchatis, in most of them, they will leave a profound statement or a teaching. They're not just talking about some mantra and Surya Bhagavan is Chaya Samet, Chaya Suvachala Samet, Surya Narayan Swami Namaha, Padam, Pakinda Bhattar, yes, they fall and they get up and all of that stuff. But with this ritual is being done, incorporating what are called the Brahmanas, that is the Shatya. There is a ritual. I'm not explaining the ritual because I don't myself know the ritual. When Bhagavan wills, maybe this Arunaketaka China will happen at some point when he wills and graces. So these sutras that we are seeing is associated with the ritual part of it. Now we get into the Anuvaka 4. Okay, 8 minutes. Okay. Okay, this next, what is the next Rutura? What is the next Rutura?
Autumn. Sharad Ritu.
Autumn, yeah. So that is Sharad, is what we are talking about. Akshidukhothitasyaiva.
Akshidukhothitasyaiva.
Thita. Thitasyaiva.
Thitasyaiva.
One more time.
Akshidukhothitasyaiva.
Viprasanne kaninike.
Viprasanne kaninike.
Ang te chad ganannasti.
Ang te chad
ganannasti.
Ang te chad ganannasti.
Not chad, no, chad.
Chad.
Hey, not chad, chad. Chad. Chad ganannasti.
Chad ganannasti.
Ang te chad ganannasti.
Ang te chad ganannasti.
Ribhunan tannibodhata.
Ribhunan tannibodhata.
Ribhunan tannibodhata.
Ribhunan tannibodhata.
Akshidukkhithitosyaiva. So that is the pronunciation. Akshidukkhithitasyaiva. Viprasanne kaninike. Ankte chad ganannasti. Ribhunan tannibodhata. Akshidukkhithitasyaiva.
Akshidukkhotitasyaiva. Akshidukkhotitasyaiva. Thitasyaiva. Akshidukkhotitasyaiva.
Thitasyaiva, there is a ta with a tha below that, right? So it is what you are seeing is a ta and a tha, and the second tha is thi. So thitasyaiva, thitasyaiva, akshedukho thitasyaiva. Holding is there, no? Holding is there. Akshedukho thitasyaiva.
Akshidukhotthitasya Akshidukhotthitasya
Viprasanne kalinike.
Viprasanne kaninike Viprasanne kaninike
Ankte chad ganan hasti.
Ankte chadganannasti Ankte chadganannasti
Prabhuna antan nibodhata.
Rabhuna Rabhuna antan nibodhata Rabhuna antan nibodhata
Akshedukhotthitasya viprasanne kalinike. Ankte chad ganan hasti. Prabhuna antan nibodhata.
Akshidukhotitas Akshidukhotitasya Viprasanne kaninike Ankte chadganannasti Rabhuna antan nibodhata
So now you know Akshidukha Uthitasya eva vi prasanne kaninike. What that means is Akshidukha. Akshidukha means eyes that were filled with tears or suffering is what is the rainy season. Now what happens? Cleared. Uthitasya means removed of all the tears in the eyes. Akshidukha. Uthitasya removed. Kaninike means the eyeballs. Eva viprasanne. They look now clear and pleasant. Beautiful. It's poetic. It's so poetic. Rainy season is filled with tearful, appears to be filled with tearful eyes. All the tears are gone. So, akshi dukkha uthitasya. Uthita means removed, removing. So, being removed of all the tears in the eyes, akshi dukkha uthitasya eva viprasanne kaninike. Kaninike means these eyeballs. Kaninike. Kaninike means those eyeballs that are responsible for seeing what they look like. They look clear and beautiful. Means the sky looks clear and beautiful during the Sharat Rutu. Sky is very beautiful in Sharat Rutu. Therefore, the Sharat Indu Vikasa Mandahasa, Spurat Indi Varalochanagra, Aravinda Samana Sundarascha, Aravindana Sundari Upasva. This is the beautiful shloka on Mother Sharada. Indu. Yeah? Indu means delight. The moon is so delightful during the month of the season of Sharat, because the sky is cleared of clouds and it looks beautiful and pleasant. Akshidukha uthitasya eva viprasanne kaninike ankte chad gananna asti. आंकते च अंक 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 मतलब क्या है हिंदी में? अंक तो क्या है? अंक इज व्हाट इज अंक इन हिंदी? आइस. The word Ankh came from Sanskritam. That is the root. Ankte. Ankte. उनका आंख तो कैसा दिख रहा है? मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ. सो आंकते कैसा दिख रहा है? आंक कैसा दिख रहा है? आंकते चात गणम अस्ति. Beautiful. Ankte, like eyes that are applied with this, in Telugu, we call it katuka. Right? In Hindi, what is that called?
Kajal.
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 Kajal. In English, it's called collyrium. Collyrium. It's a specifically made collyrium that is put in the eyes of not these eyeliners and all that. Actually, they make it. There is a process of making it. It clears eye diseases. That's why they applied that. Not only men, not only women, even men applied collyrium in olden days. Ankte chat ganam nasti, and said therefore ankte cha adganam. Adganam means. So what happens when you put this collyrium, when you put this katuka or collyrium or kajal, it clears the eyes so much that there is no layer of mucus, nothing. And so there is complete clarity in vision. That's why they put that kajal. Not because it's a decoration thing. It's a medicinal thing. And Kabir also says that, no? Huh? Kabir in one beautiful doha, he says, apply this collyrium. Then that collyrium is the Guru's grace. Once you apply the Guru's grace as collyrium, the world becomes Andhar Rama, oh Bahar Rama, Guru Kripanjana Paya Mere Bhai, Andhar Rama, oh Bahar Rama. Anjan in it's a Anjana. Anjana means it's a medicine. It's a medicine that is put around the ears. So then what happens? When you put the Guru Kripanjana Payo, put the collyrium of Guru's grace, then what will you see? Andar Rama, Bahar Rama. Inside Rama, outside Rama. Sleeping Rama, awake Rama. Deep sleep Rama, in every state Rama. Rama, 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 Rama. There is nothing else you see other than. Ankte Chadgananasti, Rubhunantarnibodhita. Vibhus are the deities associated. Know that it is the grace of the Vibhus. Vibhunantarnibodhita. Very good. So 802. So those 4 lines will continue with the Sharad Ritu. Next Saturday we won't have the class because of the Ekadasha Rudrabhishekam of the month, and that will be at 6:30 California time, 7 o'clock India time in the evening. And then on Mother's Day, Monday, we will look at the beautiful mother, the Sharat Ritu. We'll finish Sharat Ritu on Mother's Day. So in the meantime, please apply collyrium, and so that you can see clearly with all these mantras. So that is the essence of today's thing. Ananta Sri Yara Darshan Vichava Babu Swasti the Yadakshara Pada Bhrashtam.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर
Anyatha, Mali. Anyatha,
अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर
Harihi
ॐ
Om
तत्सत्
Tatsat Sri
सर्वं
Saishwaranamastu.
श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
Okay, let's look at if there are any questions. We covered a lot of ground today. Okay. Okay. Looks like there was a lot of clipping of my voice on the class. Huh? Sorry about that. I don't know why.
Only in the beginning, uncle, it was fine later.
Okay. Pita. Pitambar. Pita is also yellow, yellowish green. Correct. That's correct. Pitambar is yellowish green. And Pitambar color is associated with jaundice. That's how the eyes will look with jaundice. Avagraha after what? What is the question? Jyotisha pratikyena saha.
No, I
Saha.
was saying that for the Shitena, do we need an avagraha like Jyotisha because it is vyatha. So like how it is in Jyotisha, it is apratikena.
Pitena avyadhayan. You are asking avagraha or are you asking what else?
Yeah, do we need an avagraha there?
Sitena avyadhayan. I will check. I don't think so. I don't believe so.
Because of the previous line, Jyotisha, I mean the starting of that mantra.
No. Sitena, because there is a Sitena avyathayan. So there Jyotisha apratik. So why is there avagraha after Jyotisha? And why
Right.
there is a not an avagraha after the Sitena avyathayan? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sitena avyathayanniva. Okay. Now, whereas in Jyotisha, Sha is a long vowel followed by apratikhyena saha. Therefore, there is an avagraha there. Here, Sitena avyathayanniva. Sitena is a short vowel. Avyathaya is a short vowel. Two short vowels becomes a long vowel and there is no avagraha. Whereas
But
in the previous mantra, please listen to me. Jyotisha is dirgham. Apratikhyena saha. So essentially there are three akaras in that, right? Jyotisha apratikhyena. So therefore avagraha will come. Whereas in this mantra it is shitena, which is short vowel. Avyadhayanniva. Akara plus akara becomes akara, dirgham. Sitena avyadhayanniva. There is no
oh,
avagraha.
you okay in that essence then Shitena. Okay, and now I got it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Can you
Good.
also clarify the end of 10th? Grishmena vartate.
Grishmena. Very good. So, Grishmena avartate saha. Grishmena. Okay. So Jyotisha, okay, this is very good, Maya. I appreciate this question. In this case, also there are essentially Grishmena is a short vowel, followed by Avartate. I believe the rule is that a long vowel sound should follow a short or a long vowel. That is how our graha gets introduced. Grishmena avartate saha. In that case, see even in these three examples, Jyotisha apratikhyena saha, long vowel followed by a short vowel. Grishmena avartate saha, short vowel followed by a long vowel. And Sitena avyathayanniva, Sitena plus avyatha, that results in just a dirgham. Now, the question, let me check one more source and see if there is a. I will also recheck and post it in the Q&A. Please review the document there. Grishmena avartate saha. No, Sairam. Grishmena avartate saha. There should be avagraha. Yes. Grishmena avartate saha. Yes. There should be actually
Two
two avagrahas. Grishmena vartate. So the rule is short vowel followed by long vowel. So there avagrahas. Now here Grishmena avartate saha. Grishmena avartate saha. There is a visarga that brings a second vowel, and avartate saha. That's why there should be two avagrahas for Grishmena avartate saha. I did not. Thank you for bringing Sita. It was my mistake. I did not notice that. There should be two avagrahas. Very good. All right.
So in that context, then I'm seeing in some scripts, Tadma Pita Iva Drishyate, there also avagraha, Anna.
Padma Pita Iva Drishyate, there is no avagraha. You have to understand the each words. Go to the Padapatha there. I have split it into Tadma Pita Iva Drishyate. How does it come? Okay. Tadma Pita is one. Tadma Pitaha. It's not two words. Tadma Pitaha. Tadma Pitaha is one word, not two words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad you're asking these questions to clarify. Very important. Because when you're teaching, you have to appropriately pay attention to the duration of the chanting. Require to see it. Okay. Similarly, we need to show the what is that? What is that a comment? Thank you. Okay. No question. What are the sounds associated with Varsha Ritu? Sounds are sound engineer. What are the sounds associated with the Varsha Ritu? Don't you know what are the sounds associated with Varsha Ritu?
It's the sound of rain, water drops.
There's no need to describe any sound.
Okay.
Rim
See,
Jim.
what Sharad and Sharada are related terms. Yes, Sharada is the one, the root of it is Sharad only, Sharad. Oh, what is the U in, what is the U? What is the U? U is the ego in complacence. What are the functions associated? Okay, the question that was posted is what is the A in rain is action in time. What is the U? The U is you, the ego in complacence leads to ruin. What are the functions associated with the 12 names of Surya? How do we connect to those functions? This is described in Rudrajnana Yajna. I've described all the 12 Mitra, Ravi, Surya, Aditya. And also I described these in Surya Upasana Mantra. It will take a lot of time to explain. You can do the research yourself, and some of the homework you can do. 12 Adityas. Mitra, Ravi, Surya, Bhanu, Khaga, Pusha, Hiranyagarbha, Marichi, Aditya, Savitra, Arka, Bhaskara. These are the 12. Those are the 12. Mitra. Why he is Mitra, called Mitra? Explained it in Sandhya Vandanam classes. Mitrasya charshane dhritasravo devasya sanasim. They described what Mitra is. Bhanu, Khaga. Khaga means bird. Pusha means the one who enables to learn or to know. Mitra is friend. Ravi is the one who is shining. Surya, the one who is effulgent. Wow. So Ravi, Surya, Bhanu all have similar different types of effulgences. Khaga is the bird. He is referred to as Khaga, bird. Ka means space. Ga means moving. The one who moves in space, even though he's not moving. We are observing his movement. So he's Khaga. Pusha is the one who is illuminating and enables learning. Khaga Pusha. Uttara Ravi Surya Bhanu Khaga Pusha Hiranyagarbha. The one who is all pervading mind. Hiranyagarbha. Marichi means the one who gives race. Aditya, the one who is indivisible. Bhaskara means the one who enables actions in illumination. Bha means illumination. Kara means doing acts in illumination, not acts in darkness. So I gave a very quick summary of this, but a lot of description was given in Surya Upanishad. You attended those classes, no? इधर से गया उधर से गया, इधर से आया उधर से गया. Okay, Om, what is this? Sai Ram uncle. Okay. Rainy season is associated with multicolors. Is that as symbolic? No, no, no. Rainbow is not. Rainbow will come later. No. I know you are all very anxious to get the rainbow also. Rainbow will definitely come. Now, rainbow will come with a very profound story. Why it is even called, in Sanskrit, we call it Indradhanus. Why it is called Indradhanus? What is the entire story associated with that? Everything will come. Stay tuned. Come to classes regularly. Then you will connect. Okay. Multicolors are not associated with the rainbow because you don't see rainbow in rainy season, right? Hello. Rainbow is not generally seen in rainy season. Rainbow is seen and in different times. How rainbow forms, there is a description of how rainbow forms, what causes the rainbow, what is this rainbow, all of it comes in Aruna Prashna. Not only the story, but a profound spiritual insight into rainbow. Stay tuned. I guess we'll come to that when I'm in South Africa. You know, we'll see the rainbow when I come to South Africa end of this month. So, okay, that's pretty much the questions. Okay.
Quick question, Anna. This aduhko duhka, you said it's the rishis were using aduhko more for poetic reasons only, right? Because they could have very much used sukha instead of aduhko.
See, the thing is, there is a, if you say sukha and the dukkha, adukha, dukkha chakshu, that's why it's poetic, right? Adukha, no sorrow, dukkha chakshu, tearful eyes. If you say sukha and dukkha, then it will be opposites. Here it is not opposites, it's very beautifully explained as adukha, means even though not having sorrow, dukkha chakshu iva. These eyes are tearful. That is why it is poetic.
Okay.
So, see, now when you look at the word sukha and dukkha, they imply opposite nature, right? But adukha is not opposite quite. It is saying, it is poetically, they're saying, hey, it doesn't have any sorrow, but why does it have sorrow? Why does it appear to have sorrowful eyes? That keeps the mind intriguing, right? It's a very incredible, I mean, see, whatever I am sharing is nothing new. A lot of people have written about Aruna Prashna, published books and given discourses, etc. But the study that we are doing is very unique because it's not only combining the context of the meaning and the chanting and everything, it is also bringing in an integrated perspective that is not associated with Hinduism. All the stuff that we are talking about from mantra till this 11th mantra, is there any interpretation of any Hindu god? Huh? People write Saraswati is Saraswati, Varuna is Varuna, Shukra is Venus, all of that stuff. Nothing like that. All of that is mental projection. The mantra is not saying. Veda mantras are not talking about any specific god. Veda mantras are describing consciousness, witness consciousness. It is not applicable just to one religion. And this is the sadhana that this body has been put through, the mind has been put through by Bhagavan. The sadhana is how do we understand the mantra without your own bias and perception or judgment associated with a particular god or a deity. Okay, adukko dukkha chakshuriva, therefore, is a poetic description. It is not, it is poetic more than, how do we say that? It's poetic because adukka dukkha chakshu. Why do we have a sorrowful eyes when you have a? It is not in sukha. If it is in sukha, then the question of tearful eyes won't even come also. Then you can say, well, in sukha also tearful eyes, ananda bhashpa come, no? So But this Ananda Bashpa is only 1 or 2 drops that come, not a whole shower of. When somebody cries, you see, my God, it's like opening a fire hydrant, you know. Especially when women cry, it's like a fire hydrant. It's like, my God, what's happening here? It comes with thunder, bolts, and everything, you know. Whereas Ananda Bashpa don't come with all that emotion. Ananda Bashpa is just rolls down. Okay, adukko dukha chakshu. Any other question? Sai Ram, don't take personally, yeah? Anusha, don't take personally. Sai Ram, let's go through. Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalaya. Oh, by the way, Tuesday is the practice. If you really read Swami's discourse, how practice is important. Practice is more important than the class itself, because you get to chant. When you are chanting, what you need to understand is you listen to yourself and you chant, and then you know whether you are perfectly chanting, whether you are making mistakes or not. And you have the opportunity of somebody listening to you and telling you this is incorrect, the swara is not there, the pronunciation is not there, then your chanting becomes more perfect. So you have to therefore regularly chant. And you should not say, I know. You should say, I will chant. And when you chant, then other person is doing service to you. They can tell you, okay, you're not saying boo, they're saying boo. Don't boo the God. Say boo. You say Om boo, Om bhuvaha, then you are booing God. Don't boo the God. Om boo, bhuvaha, suvaha, like that. Okay. I'm looking at my granddaughter and talking. So it doesn't apply to you. Okay.
No,
Sai Ram.
Anna, May 6th is Ishwaramma Day, so we have programs at our Sai Center.
May 6th is Ishwaramma Day, so more reason we should do practice. Wonderful, yes. Thank you. Those who can attend, please attend. Those who cannot attend, those who can attend. Those who cannot attend, pray to Mother Ishwaramma, but practice of other time. Okay, Jai Sai Ram. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki.
Jai